Okay, hello sir, good afternoon. So this is the landing page for the CBT software, Smart Access 247. Okay, from here you can access the student portal and then the administrative section. So let me start by showing you the administrative section of the software. Okay, so once you click on that, you log in. Let me just quickly log in.
Login successful.
Okay, now on the dashboard of the administrative section, you can see KPI cards that reflect all the data within the system. Okay, like the total number of students, the number of classes, the administrators, the examiners, upcoming tests, and the rest of all that. Okay, within this, you can also see, rather beneath the KPI cards, you can see the notice board. Okay, which will show you an upcoming or an ongoing examination assessment rather. Okay, it gets reflected on the notice board. Okay, and other cards of interest like that of the students by class and administrator versus examiners and all that. Okay, now aside from this dashboard, we have the student section where you can add new students. Okay, you can see existing students. Okay, you can delete or you can edit or delete a student from the record. Okay, you can import these students using a CSV file, or you can export them using a CSV file as well, or rather you can print an existing list of students. Next section there is the examiner section where you can add a new examiner. Okay, an examiner can be an administrator or examiner. An administrator has access to all this section. Okay, why the examiner has limited function within the platform. Okay, now from this section you can actually edit details of an administrator, or you delete an administrator from the system. Now the next section here is the text section where you can actually create the main test, the assessments for the students. Now these are the tests that are already created. You can edit a test or delete a test from the list of tests you have. If you want the assessment, the system to capture a screenshot or video of the student writing the examination, you turn on the webcam feature. Now, but also while creating the test, you can decide to notify if you want a webcam to be required for a particular test. Okay, so I think that is it for that. And then after creating the test, this is just a container. You need to actually impute the questions within this container. Now to do that, all you need to do is to click on the test that you want to add questions to. Like this one, I've already added 150 questions to it. So you can just you can click on the add question button. If you want to manually type the questions, the questions can have pictures or just text. Okay, you can import these questions if you've already typed them, maybe on the CSV file, okay, or even on an Excel sheet. You can convert them to CSV and then upload. Okay, and then you can preview the questions that you've already uploaded. Okay, so I think that is it for that. About the test. And then after the examination, to see the result, you just go to the result section, select the test that you want to see the result for, and then the result will be displayed, which you can export and as well print. Okay, now the next section here is the test log, where which records all what the student's input or the student selection during an examination. Okay, this is just to help to solve disputes, whatever, any dispute that comes up within an examination. You can actually see what the students select, okay, and the correct answer. So this actually helps to solve any issues that has to come with students claiming that this is what they selected and all that, and the system give them this. Okay, this will solve that issue. Okay, I think that is it for that. And the next and important aspect of the system is the supervised section, where you get to see the student writing the examination. Okay, so once you get to the supervise section, you select the test you want to supervise. Okay, and then once the students start writing the examination, currently you see no students are currently writing this test. Once the students start writing the examination, their details will be reflected on the card within this section. So let me just quickly start writing the examination. Click on start examination for a student, start test. Let me see. If we go back automatically, you can see this card representation of a student. So from this section, an administrator can chat with the student, send out messages to the student. Even if the student is not within your within the hall or within where you are, you can also send out messages to the student. You can capture this. You can view the snapshots taken for the student, okay, by clicking on the view camera section. So this is a snapshot. Automatically it will update here, and I think currently this is going on. So over time my camera, my snapshot will be taken. I think I configured it to take at every, I think 30 seconds to 60 seconds. I think I'll come back to this. Okay, yeah, we have one already. We have a picture. So this is how you, this is the, well, just how the picture will continue coming until the end of the examination. So the rate at which, or the frequency of reception of this snapshot depends on the timing you set. Okay, I think that is it for that. You can as well send out a message to the students. You can send out a message to the students writing the examination. From here you can see this is the name of the student writing the examination. Let me just send out a message. Hi, send. Okay, and then if you go to the student section, you can see the message as the student has received the message, and then the students can respond to that question, and the examination and the examiner will rather receive the question. So let me say hello, send. So you can see. So I think that is it for that. Now from this panel, you can also you can first submit a student's question. Maybe for instance the student is involved in whatever malpractice, you can first submit the student's question, and then you can cancel the student's test and all that. So I think that is it for that. And finally, once you are done with the examination, you want to see the analysis of that examination, you come to this section, the analytics section, select the test, and then impute a pass criteria for the examination, for the assessment rather, and then you click on load analytics. So here you can see the total number of students that took the examination, the average score, the highest score, the lowest score, pass rate, fail rate, and all that. Okay, you can also generate a comprehensive report on the examination. It has been already generated, configured in a way that once you click on generate report, it will look at the data that we have already and then generate a comprehensive report for you. So you can see this is a report already. You can click on print report, and automatically the report will be arranged in a way that can be that can be presentable, maybe to an administrator or to the management of the firm or whatever. So you can see how organized it is. So I think that is it for this. We can close this, and I think that is it for that. So when you close it, this is just a graphical representation of the data within the analysis of the results. I can see the top performing students, the top students, and the bottom students. You can see that, and then we can also see the most failed questions. This actually helps examiners to review the questions that they administer to students, and then you can also see the most passed questions, and then finally you can see a well-detailed result for the students. I think with this, I'm done with the administrative section of this software. Thank you.